Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Brian the Divine Healer here with you. Gonna do your reading. That's right. We fixed my light. All right. That's a little better. See how that works. Yeah. All right. As long as you can see the cards, I don't care. Right. Speaking of that, so welcome to the channel. Brian the Divine Healer here. Hopefully the mic is working okay. Had some issues, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All right. Anyways, let's get into your reading. It's my favorite, one of my favorites, the Leo Virgo, right? Leo Virgo, August 19th to 25th, part of the cusp of exposure. That is you guys. You're exposing stuff. Something like that. Anyways, let's do your reading. Fine Squad, my little subscribers, thank you for your likes, your shares, your subscribes, and your comments. You know I love that. Absolutely. All right, so let's get cracking here and see what's going on with y'all's energy today, present moment. All right, let me shuffle this up a couple times. And then I'll lay your cards out, those two cards, you know what I'm saying? All right, cool. And one more time for good luck, you know what I mean? All right, feels good. Pet the rock, pet the rock. Adjust the seat. All right, let's do this. Okay, here comes your first two cards. Well, there's your first one. Ah, the lighting. All right, let's try that sucker. There we go. How's that? A little better? Thanks. Okay, so look at that star card. Ooh, boy. That's a juicy one. It's nice. Okay, so star card. So either you're doing some healing or you are a star. Who knows? Let's get the second card and figure this rest out. 10 of Wands. Healing. Yeah. So you always go with what you first think or what you first say. It's always right. So yes, you are healing from some burdens and things that were just really weighing you down. You know what I mean? Just really weighing you down. So, you know, you lay that to rest, basically. And this is what you're healing from. The burdens that you have laid to rest. Was there a card flipped over? That'll be it. No, it just looked like it. Let's keep going. All right. So there you go. Star card, 10 of Wands. Now you're the Empress. Look at you on your lazy boy recliner. Yeah. So now you're like, oh, you're loving yourself. You know what I mean? You're really raising your vibration past whatever this stuff was. You know what I mean? Because that's you in this healing process, right? So there you go, Empress. You ain't letting anything hold you back or block you, you know what I'm saying? So that's really good. That's what I'm saying. All right. So now you're the King of Swords. Wow, you have the King of Swords energy, right? Maybe it's just the way you're thinking, right? Maybe it's just the way you're thinking and possibly how the way that you healed, maybe so quickly through these burdens, barriers, and blockages, right? I'm not quite sure yet. It's kind of vague still. I mean, the Empress is nurturing and loving and, you know, kind and unconditional. But I don't know. Let me get a little more clarity. Okay. These are like fidgety today. Oh, my goodness. All right. Knight of Swords. I mean, hello. If you're not in your head, then I don't know what's going on. Right? So, well, you're a little cold, okay? Even though you're the Empress, you're a little cold. You're a little reserved, I would say, a little reserved, but you're still friendly and, you know, you're loving as, you know, you can be. But there's some kind of something that you know, maybe something that you found out. King of Swords. So it's like you found out something, and this kind of is what puts you in this loving state of your own self, but a little bit what you call it, cold-blooded a little bit. You can be, because the King of Swords is the Queen of Swords husband. She cuts people off. So I think you found out something that really was the burdens that was, kind of stopping you from things, and this is part of that healing when you found out. Okay, that's the King of Swords. I mean, well, King of Swords and Knight of Swords energy together, finding out something, right? And so look at you. Now you're emotionally fulfilled, right? It's not anything that's going to linger in your head because you've already really kind of knew what was to be cut off and everything, if that makes any sense. And you took that action to do that. And so here comes your Ace of Cups. That's your, replenishment of your emotions. That's a complete new start in your emotions. So, it's like you lose that kind of coldness or whatever. You lose that, I wouldn't say bitterness, but you maintain your Empress status, okay? And by getting back into your emotions and loving yourself and really not letting this bother you because you're healed. Or you're getting over it. So now you got the Seven of Cups. Okay. So with the Seven of Cups is like you here are really, it's like you've kind of, if you look at the picture real close, it's like, a shelving unit, like in your garage or something, and you put your basketballs and whatever else on there. So to me, this is like you part of your healing was to how do you say it? I'm gonna twist tie it up in my brain. It's like you take information and you put it here, then another information here, and I just can't spit the word out for some reason. But it's like you organize your thoughts, you organize the way that you see things. Hi, Holland. Welcome. Come on in. Yay, you guys are amazing. Sitting in your garage too. Well, it's kind of fitting. So it's like you compartmentalize. That's the word. That's what you're doing. Those thoughts, right? Woo, that was a little rough. All right. Holland, yay, that's awesome. You guys, I'm sorry. I like where I'm at, but I think Holland's a beautiful country. I just want to go see the windmill chick. You know what I mean? I think it'd be awesome. But the culture, really, the people, the food. The food. All right, let's keep talking about your happiness here, right? So when you compartmentalize, say that 5 times fast. Once you start organizing your thoughts, that really helps you get back into your emotions of really understanding the healing of getting over this kind of stuff that has, held you down for a minute. Because 10 of Wands is, nothing to joke about. That's everyday life stuff, you know what I mean? So that's once you start figuring that out, it makes you a little more happier, seem to be a little more stable. And there you go. So you brought this tower, right? You brought this tower for your own happiness because, who wants to stay all clogged up and dwelling on the past of how you got hurt or, maybe somebody lied to you or, something like that. I'm glad to have you too here. Appreciate that. So as you guys come on in, hit the like button. I really appreciate that. It'll support my channel ginormously. Okay. So there's your tower. You brought your tower to your own self, right? So it's like you caught your mind before your emotions really got into it. You know what I mean? So there you go. 5 of Swords. Yeah. So you're just kind of walking away from that, whatever. You know what I mean? Que sera, sera kind of deal. And you're just walking away from that stuff because you knew that you probably could get emotional about this. Like I said, it's not very specific on what happened to you to have these burdens, but you definitely have put yourself in that healing status, and now the sun's out shining, right? Like kind of wants to do today. All right, here we go. All right, so you do this pretty fast, right? Oh, my wash machine, bang, 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 stupid. Slowing down. All right, so yeah, there you go. You were able to do this really fast, okay? Because you have the Ace of Cups right here. And knowing something about, what was really those burdens for you was like getting the leg up or like, a head start on being able to cap your emotions and really be okay with your choices, your decisions, your thoughts, to really organize them this way, right? And that makes you happy. So it's like you're in the garage, and then you open the garage door, and then there's the sun, right? Too easy. Okay. So you do this pretty fast, and because you walked away from this idea of, getting emotionally trapped, right? Because you were using your intuition about this, right? And it's like no sense in dwelling on the past because you're just going to end up staying there, right? And so this is kind of how you were able to understand how you're healing and to move forward. It's hard to try to go through some things and just really emotionally put them away, logically, if that makes any sense, but it really does. Here's your next card. All right, so now I got the Fool. Now you can jump around in your garage like a fool, do whatever you want, because you're not locked in, right? You're not locked in. You opened the key, you started organizing it, you started putting all your stuff away, and that really gave you the sense of emotional fulfillment now to really stand in that status of an empress, right? Staying high vibing, staying loving, staying, you're not letting this drag you down. And that's great. So now, you are, well, I don't know if you're on a journey. I don't know if you're on a journey, but it's really more of like you were brave in doing this, right? Because a lot of people cave, right? So there's the Ten of Swords. You were brave in really being able to let go in your mind. That's really what it is. You're letting go in your mind because the Ten of Swords is, betrayals and that follows in with this Ten of Wands as far as burdens, because people, they do lie to us, they do take from us, and they do end up hurting us, right? And so here, with you being brave enough to be able to put this event, situation, things that happened in your mind away so it doesn't affect your emotions, well, there you go. That's kind of being brave and taking that journey, to do that. So I'm just going to leave that there because it's the only best way I could put in the journey part, because we do go through journeys in our mind and in our emotions. So you can kind of consider it like that, right? So now Three of Cups. There you go. So now you're celebrating, you're happy, you're right? You've changed your emotions, which means you went from could have been a little cold towards what happened to you, but you didn't, because you knew kind of the things that happened to you, you could just let go. And the only way you could let go is to really compartmentalize your thoughts, right? And you did. So now you can celebrate. Woo, yay, cheers, have a beer. You know what I mean? And that's how you feel in your emotions. Okay. Because you really took that choice. You took the choice. Should I continue to wallow in this, or can I just move on from it and really keep it gone? Right? And that's what we do. We put thoughts away. Now they're subconscious, and they get pissed off later, and then they come out. But you didn't really do this. You cleaned your garage. You're addict. Okay, sweet. So there you go. And now you got the Page of Pentacles, right? Bam. Okay. So Page of Pentacles, interesting. So, there could be some news coming in. Maybe somebody's going to come and bring you something, right? Maybe somebody, I don't know. I don't see the Page of Cups for an apology out here, but I kind of feel that. So let me dig out a couple more cards here and see where that goes. Let's see here. Logic and intuition. It really is, because even with the emotions, it's hard to understand if you're feeling something that you should go off of, you know what I mean? Or if you're thinking of something and then you should go off of it. And that's the confusion sometimes we run into. But, it's like when your gut tingles, I call it spidey senses. That's your intuition all day. So you should really go for that. And it's different for everybody. It's hard to, distinguish some of their emotions and some of their intuition and some of their thoughts. But in this, you are just wrapping them all, putting them on the wall. Okay? So there you go. Okay, so somebody of the Queen of Swords type wants to give you something. Maybe some information, maybe some news, right? Maybe it is something to do with some of these past burdens. Because look, she's just handing you something. She's like, okay, I have to give you this, or I have to tell you this, something like that. But it might be told because it's swords. So that's you're speaking or the way that you think. So let's keep going. It rings true. Oh, thanks. Yeah. All day. It does. So there you go. They want to bring this new creative, passionate idea to you. Where this comes from, I have no idea, but it's coming in. Okay. So there is a Queen Swords like person energy. Could be air sign. Could be, I don't want to call the signs, but you figure it out. That they want to bring in uh, an Ace of Wands, a brand new, passionate beginning, creative. You know what I mean? Maybe they got the hots for you. I don't really know. It's kind of out of nowhere, but let's keep going. And sometimes that is true, though. Like, let me take a break, swallow some water here. When we're trapped and we're hurt from past people, and then we like self heal and recover and take that time to really mend our emotions and really square away our mind. Bam! Out of nowhere, people come around because they know now. Like here, you raise your vibration, right? So you're in this higher state of elevation, and so that's kind of like the law of attraction. You know what I mean? And so this Queen of Wands notices you in this kind of energy, and so now she's like, hey, let's what? Weird, I know. I mean, but that's really kind of how God works in mysterious ways. You think you want something so bad, sometimes it doesn't come in, but then the minute you stop wanting it, well, then bam, there it comes, right? This is kind of that gist. All right, rock steady. Let's keep going, right? Let's flip these cards. All right. So there you go. 4 of Swords, right? Nice. So, okay, so now you're at peace with this offer, right? You're cool with this. Maybe in the past, some of these burdens it could have been a relationship. So, somebody giving you a hard time, doesn't really say specifically. It's just burdens, okay? And however that fits in your life. But this person comes in, and when they offer you this, strangely enough, you're like, okay, I'm fine. I'm at peace with this offer, right? Doesn't quite say that you're going to take the offer yet, but you're okay with hearing it, even though you're being the Queen of Swords, or this Queen of Swords is coming towards you. It just makes you feel okay, right? You don't go back to feeling burdened or less emotional or have to, reshuffle your garage, right? So you're all right with all this so far. And the 2 of Wands, see, now that's a choice, okay? So I was getting there. You haven't made that decision yet, but now the decision you're going to have to make, but it's from inside, okay? So you're not going to use your brain. You're not going to use your emotions. You're going to let what your passion feels, right? What your fire feels, what your soul is going to tell you, okay? Because in some weird way here, I think you understood the way that if you didn't see things correctly in your mind, then you probably would have been an emotional wreck trying to get over this in that healing process. But because you capture emotions first, that left your mind wide open to clean the clutter, per se. And so I think if you didn't have that going on and this person just came in, maybe at a low vibration or whatever, I think you would have been very reluctant to even think about having a choice because you're not balanced. And here you are clearly balanced. So now that's when the weird things happen. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. You're going to make a choice to collaborate with this person. They want to do some teamwork, right? They want to get with you. I mean, they have a lot of passion because they're offering the Ace of Wands. Oh, that's a big fire stick. You know what I mean? Wands is passion. It's your mojo. Hot for your mojo now. Maybe indirectly how you doing? Maybe they see you balanced, right? And that's the move. Come right in. Right. There you go. King of Wands. Sitting in your throne now. Velvet, cushy, right? Passionate too. Okay. But, still a little friendly. Still not losing that Empress kind of energy of that nurturing, still loving yourself, but caring for others kind of deal. And so, you start feeling the passion, right? This is what I mean by that King of Wands, right? You're solid, you're stable, you're all good with both sides, your emotions and your thoughts, but you're really now starting to feel the heat because they're bringing it. All right. This is great. I've had this deck for a long time, for a minute, and I just kind of started using it And you're actually a couple other people had complimented on this deck because the illustrations are amazing. Like, I'll hold them up longer so you guys kind of like gawk at, you know what I mean? But it's the steampunk deck if anybody wants to know, right? But it's tiny. It's like, hi. It's like sleight of hand. Where'd the cards go? Oh, there they are. All right. See, they're so tiny, they just flip out. But I actually kind of had a doubt about these cards because of the cover. You know what I mean? Some people see this and like, freaking out, whatever. You can run away with your ignorance, but I don't care. It's not anything that I deal with. So it's the illustrations. All right, let's move on. I'm sitting in the hot seat now because there's your judgment. Bam. Look at that. Judgment. Right. So you do accept their offer. You do have the same kind of passionate feelings for them, and you're going to move on with it. That's judgment. Or it is your judgment for going through this 10 of Wands and healing from it to getting a gift of, somebody that's worth it. Somebody that's on your level. All right. Well, there you go. Somewhere inside of your brain, you still were compartmentalizing and you kind of maybe were a little reluctant to make this judgment call. You know what I'm saying? The whole deck, I mean, like, the top hats are really, they're fancy, right? Because if you're an empress, you got to be fancy. So you need fancy things, right? You know, be fancy in your way. Bougie, whatever you want to call it. I love it, though. So there you go. It was like a reluctant decision that you kind of really, that last minute didn't want to make because, who knows what people are like until you know what they're like. And you didn't want it to become a burden for yourself because you just put all the other ones away. So now you're very happy, right? Maybe it looks like a bar mitzvah or like a buffet. No, I'm just kidding. It's possible wedding because there's family, there's happiness. It's my wedding card, you know what I mean? So maybe this is part of the offer, right? Part of the offer of that Ace of Wands is they're going to come in and they're going to say, well, you're kind of the shit because you're the Empress and, I like the way that you carry yourself. I like the way that you talk. You're not emotionally a wreck. You know what I mean? And you're presenting yourself in as authentic way as you can because you did this. You put all your toys away in the garage. Right. Okay. And they see your happiness. Okay. So maybe they just want to go the whole way. Maybe they will just want to make sure to you that it is an established long-term kind of commitment. Okay. We'll just take the M word off because a lot of people, they cringe at the word marriage. And I'm like, why? Why? It's fantastic to be married, I think, if you're dedicated. Because you got to love yourself first, I guess, before you can love anybody else. So there you go. Bam. This is going to be strong. Like, I mean, the offer that they're putting on you is pretty like, with the Queen of Wands, it's all or nothing. I mean, Queen of Swords, all or nothing, right? Because she's that direct. And she's offering the whole long-term, long distance. The world is ours kind of shit, you know what I mean? So this person really sees value in it. They really, 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 it seems like they understand you. And that's what's giving their fire, lighting your fire. So come on, baby, light my fire. Right? There you go. Strength card, Lion. Kind of fitting for your sign, huh? There you go. Page of Cups. Look at this guy. It's not brooding. It's not, disappointed. It's not sad because how can you be sad over an offer like that? No. What this does is this totally stabilizes your emotions. So now you're like, finally, now I don't have to run into anybody that gives me some burdens and some problems, and they're like trying to crush my life in every single way emotionally. You know what I mean? Yeah. So now you're like stable in your emotions, right? Because fours are stability, cups is your emotions. Disregard the picture or even what the tarot definition means. Right. Well, you definitely feel comfortable. I could sense that already. I mean, because of the actions that you took to really let that go. And look at Ace of Swords. Ain't that the truth? Look at that one. Look at that big old sword ready to chop everything up. That's not the truth. Right? details, like almost 4K. I wonder if I put this in 4K, I'd be like, what? Great deck, really is. So there you go. There's your truth, right? They're not kidding around. Neither are you. You do decide to really go with it, even though you are still fresh out of this kind of hurt, right? Betrayal, whatever. Okay, we'll take those two. Oh, we got three. Yay. There you go. All right. What is that? The Nine of Wands? Yeah, Nine of Wands. All right. So you like deserve this because you know whatever you went through here to heal yourself. I mean, you got beat up a little bit. 10 of Wands ain't a joke. That's like a whole bunch of things just piling on you. You know, it could be kids, it could be work, it could be bills, it could be this, it could be that. You know what I mean? Neighbor down the street, who knows? Your tire got flat, whatever. Those are burdens. And so, would you be able to get rid of all that and dissect it in your brain properly? You're not getting weighed down. And so that is you overcoming it, right? So you've put all those burdens behind you because you've ended them in this healing process because you manifested that, right? You didn't want to be stuck. You didn't want to be trapped, stuck with those burdens, and you just let them go and put them in the past, put them behind you. And you manifested that now because you why? You invested in yourself, right? Seven of Pentacles. Took the time to invest yourself, and this is how you invested in yourself. You put your toys away. That's the only way you could really find the happiness without getting your emotions caught into this and then really being a train wreck. Just saying. I mean, if there was a train wreck card on here, it might have popped out. I don't know. Oh, you feel that? Awesome. Yay. I mean, I really busted this deck out because earlier I was doing I don't think it was like Gemini. Yeah, the Gemini Cancer reading. It was like 3/4 of the way done. I was flapjack in the end, you know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, black screen, pulled the plug on me. I couldn't even get out of the live. I was like, hello, is this thing on? The black screen, the little dot was going, so I knew it was still recording. So then it was like, oh my God, I couldn't even like shut off that. YouTube wouldn't even come up. I couldn't even like shut my computer off. Ooh, it was a nightmare. Somebody like intervened and hacked on my shit and try to like, they shut me down for a second. Oh, she is? Well, have her watch the videos, you know what I mean? See if she relates to it, And YouTube just kind of put this new standard in where we as readers have to always be professional anyways, but, we're having a younger audience come in so they can understand things too. And so, I've been always trying to watch my lip because sometimes I get a little flip with it. But I didn't know it, right? Of course I did, though. Yeah, so invite them in, have them subscribe, check it out. You know what I mean? I mean, I do it for my kids, too. You know what I mean? So try it out. All right, invest in yourself over there with finding your duality. See what I mean? The duality. So you got in touch with both sides of yourself. The dominant side, the masculine side would be more of your logical side. Your feminine side would be more your submissive side, which would be more of your emotional side. You dig it? Good. And that's how you invested in yourself, was being able to put all these two together and get past these things that were trying to stop you. Whatever they are. So you knocked out your bills, you fixed your flat tire, you cleaned your garage, all those things. However that relates to you as a burden, okay? Maybe drank more water too. Who knows? Okay, so now you have the Eight of Pentacles. Right. So you and your new person, we're going to work hard at this, right? It's going to be a very productive kind of relationship. It's not going to be one-sided. And you're both really going to put in that same kind of hard work, okay? Yeah. Five of Pentacles. Okay. That's interesting. Eight of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles. Well, I mean, it's like you put in hard work and effort, you're not going to be left out in the cold. So obviously that definition doesn't work. So now we have to look at it a little more better and see, well, let's go off the numerology. So we'll take the 5, and that means change. And then the Pentacles is money or earthly realm stuff, but that also represents stability. So now with you two putting your hard work in this together, well, that changes your stability. Okay. And so now we're talking about pentacles. So now when you guys combine forces, it's like now you have more money, you can do more things. You know what I mean? And maybe some of that was the burden before. I don't know, but you get a grip on it. And now you two were able to do this together. Right. Very interesting. I'm going to keep using these cards. I will use it to try to throw a pun on the people that jacked my video up this morning as punks. So let's steam them punks. Get it? I know I'm silly. There you go. King of Cups. So you love yourself. They love you. They love themselves. They love you. You get it? Vice versa. Right? King of Cups. You both are really going to be in grips with your emotions towards each other because you know that you have the same passions. And I think you're going to have a lot in common. I mean, really, seriously. Because you're the King of Swords out here and the Queen of Swords is presenting the offer. I mean, but you're the Empress, so that's just how they seen you transforming from being that King of Swords to the Empress. You know what I mean? So it's a two-way street when it comes to love. That's what it really is. Yeah. And you two are going to fend off any other kind of burdens, blockages, and barriers. Like in the beginning with the Ten of Wands, you guys are going to fend all that off, right? So working as that team, you're going to be very successful of overcoming challenges and obstacles together. Because you're putting in the hard work together for each other, right? Right, because maybe they understand what burdens in their life they had, and they were able to, you know what I mean, get rid of them, put them away in their garage. Oh, you're welcome. Appreciate that. Thank you for the comment, right? Yeah, so there you go. You two are going to overcome these kind of challenges that will come up in the future, okay? You rise above them, see? It's really, he's above the burdens, so you rise above the burdens. Nice. Nice. And there's the Wheel of Fortune. Bam. Check that one out. A little different from the other ones. Yeah. Very nice, though. Interesting about the different clocks. So is this a clock? Is that a clock? Is that a clock? You know what I mean? But it's 3, right? So this still represents change. So the karmic wheel of what you went through in the past, trying to figure it all out, all this cycle changes. So it all changes for the better with this person. Yes. Because with the Page of Swords, it's like, oh, now you guys, it's like you guys talk and you know each other, right? You do the little small talk. You do the little, those little things count the most in a relationship, I think, because it all adds up. And sure, you could forget things throughout the day, the weeks, the month, and then be the hero at the birthday time, but that really don't count for your partner, right? They want it like every day, all those little things, right? And so this is how you guys really are able to keep this change from, slipping, because you guys have that little communication, those little talks, and you keep each other in check emotionally and mentally, right? It's like checking in with each other, right? And you don't take offense to it like, oh, you're just checking on me to see if I'm at work and, whatever. It's none of that, because you do have all these little small talks in between. And I think that's great. That's what it really needs to be for a lot of people. Well, now we have the Three of Swords. Well, the only way that you guys could do this is have small talks to keep those little things of knowing each other going, right? Like you tell about the pet peeves, you know what I mean? You guys start breaking it all down that way. And I think if you would have had big conversations, then this would have been like really kind of a heartbreaker, because maybe you couldn't take their directness, because they're being in that Queen of Swords direct energy. Like, going to ask you a question, they want the direct answer. They don't want pussyfooting around kind of deal, right? So it's the way that you had thought to change the way you speak, toning it down, bringing them on smaller little levels, and discussing all these little in-betweens. is really what's going to hold it hard and steady for you guys and solid. Let me just pull one more card and see. Yeah, bam, Ace of Pentacles. Get the heck out of here. And this is the way that you guys are doing it, to walk together. Let me show you that one. That's a really nice one. Walk together down the yellow brick road to your complete abundance, right? So it's like you discuss your bills and you discuss the problems of the day at work and how Johnny pissed you off, and Mary was, she was just crazy today, whatever. And you guys have that tolerance here to be able to discuss those things on a logical mind without letting your emotions take over, because your person's speaking about some chick at work. Well, it's not that, it's that he's talking to the chick. It's about maybe, what he's talking about. So you're listening and understanding and not putting that kind of compartmentalization in there to let your emotions creep in. And they do the same thing. That is, I think, my friend, the most abundance that we could all want in a relationship. Sure, the finances are great, sharing and combining forces, things like that. But it's really the understanding of that person. It's like, if she don't want the toilet seat down, when you don't put it down. I mean, you shouldn't anyways. You should keep it down when, you're done with it. Not just for the sake of, the other person, but these are the little things you guys appreciate. These are the little things you guys talk about. And these are the little things that you guys invest to work hard to stay with. So then you have that stability and that abundance. And I think it's beautiful. I think I'm going to leave it there with Ace of Pentacles on top. There, have a little amethyst to go. Right? So there you go. You like that? That's pretty sweet. But you do this transition really, really fast. I mean, you heal from whatever you're trying to let go. You heal from it fast. And that's super good, because a lot of people, like I said, they get trapped and they get way down. And then they miss an opportunity of someone to come in and give them, the things that they deserve as a person. You're welcome, Sue. I hope your garage is clean. Yeah. So you know what I mean? Just like that. And it helps you with you putting that separation of your emotions and your mind together. Right. So good job. So someone's lucky, happy, fun times with that. It seems like it's going to be a really good thing and prosperous. Very, very, very strong. So hope you guys like the reading. I am going to go have some lunch and kick my shoes off for a minute and take a break. So I hope you guys have a great day. Enjoy your lunches or your, before you got to go to work, whatever you're doing right now. But noobs, hit the like button, subscribe. I really appreciate that, y'all. Come back again. Hit that bell so when I make more videos, you'll be knowing when I'm on. So that being said, my friends, have a very fantastic day, and we'll see you again. Bye.